there, welcome back. This is a very abbreviated version of Vintage Barb on 2 drink minimum. I want to address a question I did actually legit receive from a friend about summer red wines. I talk a lot about fizz and a lot about rosé. I talked about canned wines. I talk about white wine. I don't give red wines enough justice during the summer, but the reason for that is because it's warm outside. It's kind of sticky. I want wines and alcoholic beverages to be refreshing and not tannic and not heavy and not high ABV, right? So we're looking for light-bodied, refreshing red wines, and today I revisited a favorite varietal for me in warmer temperatures, and that is the fabulous Gamay. Gamay is really similar to Pinot Noir, and it's best known in the region in Burgundy in France called Beaujolais. Now, Beaujolais kind of has a bad rap because of the Beaujolais Nouveau movement that happens right around Thanksgiving. These are really fresh, juicy, jammy, kind of sweet, barely fermented all the way red wines made from the same grape from the same region. But when we talk about Beaujolais, we usually say cru Beaujolais, and that means they're vinified completely. They're a little more sophisticated, and they come from one of the most reputable regions and subregions possible for this grape. So there's a lot of science behind why Gamay does so well in the southern part of Burgundy, right? Guys, this is a map. I don't do this to you very much. I just want you to have the basics. This is a map of Burgundy, okay? And Beaujolais is all the way down here at the bottom, basically between the towns of Dijon and Lyon. And there are a lot of different villages in Burgundy that we give credit to, but basically a couple of my favorites are Julianas, Moulin-à-Vent, and this one here called Morgon. Morgon is probably my favorite of the villages in Beaujolais because it's right there in the heart, kind of towards the south of Beaujolais, and it produces Gamay in a style that's slightly more ripe and not as acidic. However, in general, Gamay is light-bodied, medium plus to high acidity, very low tannins, really fruit forward and juicy. A lot of that bright, vibrant berry fruit you get from Pinot, except it's not as sweet and it's not as candied and citrusy. When Gamay comes through from fantastic Beaujolais, it also presents this beautiful floral quality, a lot of minerality. It's just really sophisticated, but also extremely delicious. You'll see here, I think from my glass, that there's a little condensation, and that means what's in the glass is colder than what it is outside. And yeah, I do have a little chill on this, and that, my friends, that is possibly the most important pro tip for this grape during the summer months. It needs a chill. I would say throw it in the fridge for 15 to 20 minutes and take it out and consume it then. I have a really handy dandy bottle fitted chiller that I'll put over reds in the summertime, and what that does is it just brings down the hot, flabby alcohol and elevates the acidity, and also usually releases a little more of the fruit flavor. If you're looking for wine recs in the summer that aren't typical vintage Barb rosé all the time, you should pick up some good cru Beaujolais at your favorite local shop, and your wine professional there is going to light up when you ask for one. I guarantee it. This is one of the categories that when customers come in and they go, you know, I really like Beaujolais, can you recommend one? It makes me so happy. And again, especially in the summer months, there's really nothing more refreshing. This is good for folks who like Pinot Noir, because you like lighter bodied stuff and low tannin red wines and you want to try something new. This is good for folks who like French wines and frankly old world style wines but want something lighter bodied. It's great with food. Good cru Beaujolais is highly recommended. around Thanksgiving time. It's good with a lot of heavier foods because the acidity just elevates the whole thing, but it's fantastic on its own in general, especially from the more southern crus. And Morgon is one of them. Bruy, you'll hear of, might be another one to pick up that has a little more weight and depth and ripeness to it. Or if you're just in your local shop and you find what we call Beaujolais Village, pick it up. Throw a chill on it, drink it, delicious stuff. You can see it's another lovely summer evening here in the Chicagoland area. I'm waiting on my sweetheart to come home with takeout sushi that I may have a little bit of this Beaujolais with, but I'll probably lend more towards a little bit of fizz or rosé or off-dry Riesling. But this has a place there too, and I'm super happy I poured myself a glass of it today. Special shout out to my good friend and one of my favorite wine professionals named Jeremy, who'll never see this video, but maybe somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody will tell Jeremy, thank you as usual for the Gamay recommendation. For the rest of you, pick this one up. This is Montmasson. This is 2016 vintage, Morgon Le Charme. Really beautiful. I like the cherry. Kind of strawberry seed, strawberry skin fruit component. Really, really lively. A hint of like Swedish fish, you know, like cherry candy, but also really floral, a little rose petal. It's really inviting and also a little bit lower alcohol and definitely lower tannin for these gross, hot summer months. Pick up some Cru Beaujolais, enjoy it, have a great summer. Cheers.